You almost got me there. I almost got dinged up over here.
Almost got dinged up.
Here's the problem, people. And that was, listen, we shouldn't have did that. That was very arrogant of us to do that.
That's fair.
It was, yeah, that kind of felt a little classless.
I love it. Somebody on Twitter said, "That's fair," should be my catchphrase. I'm like, hey, and you know what I said? I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No. Now we're rolling. Look, I'm not getting my YouTube channel closed down because we want to have a little fun.
Music dings are money.
Point being, people. So Steve likes to always remind me, and I quote,
"Yeah,
you're only as good as your co-host."
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that is Steve's little, hey, I'm killing too, right? Like, just make sure you know, Marcus, right? So here's the thing, people. I say, I think Steve. So apparently, something has happened as of lately that Steve and I were completely unaware of. Speaking of only being as good as your co-host. Steve, what did you do on Sunday?
Went to church, and then
other things that caused you to miss the pregame.
Yeah,
let's just sum it up.
Yeah.
Apparently, Steve, there was a large following who enjoyed the pregame show.
Okay, good, as they should.
The public now thinks producer slash other show producer Patty Ice is Steve Rummage. Everybody thinks that producer Patty Ice is Steve Rummage. Everybody who came by the show this weekend at the Golf House at Al J's saw Patty Ice on the microphone and was like, he didn't look like I thought he would.
Listen,
people, if you look up Pat Jaggers, you can go to his Twitter at Pat Jaggers or something like that, or Patty Ice or whatever. If you find out who Pat Jaggers of ESPN Louisville is, Steve Rummage is they're like Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and twins.
Listen.
They are not the same person aesthetically. You would hate for your alter ego if you're Steve, because they're both tall. So you would hate your alter ego to be Patty Ice because Patty Ice looks a lot more professional, and Steve would die just to avoid looking as professional as Patty Ice.
I will say this. I have been called Spencer Keatsman before, so I am perfectly fine with Pat. Pat's about 6'4". You know, I mean, like, Pat's a good sized dude. You know, I'm actually. There could be a lot worse news than
that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. But just the idea of people thinking that was Steve Rummage.
Oh, that is funny.
Isn't that funny?
They're like, who's the white guy with Marcus? It's got to be Steve.
It's got to be Steve Rummage.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only white dude I know.
I know. Like, yeah.
Is that Drew Diener?
Yeah. No, like, who is that?
Let me get to the Bill Etzcoins and Sons Collision Center hotline to start this show off. Mark, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind? I'm listening. Is that what it is? Is that what these millennial parents do now? Oh, really?
I'd be embarrassed to be drove around.
That's what I'm saying. Mark, how embarrassing is that as a community, as our culture, as Americans? Mark, I appreciate the call. I appreciate The clear. Brian is Mr. Bring a cooler behind when you go out. Brian, you. Brian, that's. You know what? And here's the thing. I'll even give you a pass because that cooler is kind of it keeps you occupied and keeps you from being a helicopter parent, right? Where you can have a general feel for where the kids are. They're at one of these 5 houses in this area, and if they get too far away, I'm really slow down. You know.
Yeah.
Steve. Oh.
Yeah, we walked with my son, but like it's just kind of like what you said. It's like, okay, you're in we're here, we're just walking, talking. Some of the other parents are, chatting, whatever. But yeah, as far as the only thing I may give a pass for, we're eventually going to talk sports. What are we doing? But is the people that take like a trailer and they put on a 4-wheeler. And sometimes, like, maybe if you turn it into a little bit of a hayride, if you have really young kids, I could see. But as far as Brian Hall, I think's okay. You bring a cooler, you're walking around, sure.
And you're getting your exercise.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Now it's getting worse.
See, you'll shake it up then. Doesn't it shake up too much?
I know. I hate when my beer is shook up. Diet sweet teas and diet cherry Dr. Pepper, which is my new love. Do they make Diet Code Red?
The problem is the driving parent is a cheater.
Somebody help me out.
Listen, I trained, I was conditioned, I was in full, like, think about this. I ran harder than the other kids to go door to door because I wanted to show that I had more candy at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I worked hard to win the candy title, to smuggle in the candy to school to show that my bag is 1,000 times bigger than your bag. But that took conditioning.
Because see, I was lucky enough that I've told you this story before. My mom would just throw my football pads on, paint my face, and I was a dead football player every year, so I got to run around in my pads. And I basically had practice.
The dead football player and Cartman the other time.
And Cartman, the one time I get something else, I'm freaking Cartman.
Right. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, Halloween was a marathon.
Sure.
How fast can I get through this house, through these houses, through these streets, right? And hopefully I can cover enough ground that on the back route, they won't even remember me and they'll just be trying to dish the rest of their candy out.
Yeah.
Like, people are dying to give away their candy at the end of the session.
Absolutely.
Right? So you stop cheating. Stop driving around. Let your kids get a workout. My God. You better not be. I'm going to just sit on the porch and I'm going to yell at people.
Yeah.
Cheater! Yeah. If I see somebody driving, I'm going to just go post up in the neighborhood. Because my place has got a lot of hills and stuff, so there won't be a lot of kids around my area. But I'm going to go to some other neighborhood, and I'm going to be that guy on the corner sitting in my luxury automobile with the heat turned up. And every time I yell, and every time I see somebody else driving by, I'm going to say, cheater! Make your kids work for it. Yes. Yes. If you get out of a car and come to my doorstep, no snicker for you. That's a fact. That's a fact. Let's reset this show so we can get back on track. Vince Tyree speaks.
Go as a streaker. He's put in jail.
And why would you bring that? Why would you bring that into this nice adult Hollywood Halloween conversation where we're trying to make Halloween great again?
Better Cartman.
Which one did you enjoy more, the dead football player or Cartman?
I'm probably the dead football player. The Cartman just wore a big mask and sweat. And I had to carry a box of fake cheesy poofs around. And I had it was like a woolly thing. And then they tried to get me to wear these mittens. I'm like, I'm not wearing mittens.
It was unseasonably warm Halloweens when you were young.
I'm like, there's 32 characters on that show. Why am I Cartman? I'm like, my buddy Brad's fat. He's Kenny.
He could be token. Midday with Marcus Maven. Quick commercial break. 8150 939's the number or 939's the bill.
Special financing up to 5 years. This is the big event of 2018. The one where they break all the rules. Extra savings store-wide. Plus, 12 top jewelry designers are flying in with their entire collections. On sale November 9th through 11th only. And only at Genesis Diamonds. Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
The best jewelry in the world at the best prices all year. It's happening November 9th, 10th, and 11th at Genesis Diamonds. 3 days of spectacular store-wide savings, and not just what's in the cases. 12 exclusive designers are flying in their entire collections, all on sale. We're talking thousands of unique, one-of-a-kind, stylish, handcrafted pieces at prices you never thought possible. Save 20, 30, up to 35% store-wide. Even GIA-certified diamonds are all on sale. November 9th, 10th, and 11th, only at Genesis Diamonds. Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
After getting a full workout this summer, your air conditioner may be on its last legs. So now it's time for you to save big on a Train Comfort System at the DFH Company. This month, you can get 36-month special financing on qualified Train Comfort Systems from the DFH Company. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard not to call DFH Company today. Call 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program details. It's hard to stop a train.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you are ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Whether it's a new home or refinancing your investment, consider Century Mortgage Company, Kentuckiana's top mortgage leader and Kentucky's largest locally owned mortgage banking institution. At Century Mortgage Company, you're meeting with people who live here, work here, and are invested in this community. Our commitment to personal, local business drives us to deliver exceptional service to our clients and community. Low rates and our dedication to closing loans in under 30 days make today a great day to visit CenturyMortgage.com. Century Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 3925.
Dad taught Greg how to use a torque wrench, how to change the oil, flush the radiator. He taught Greg that a good car is worth hanging on to and that there's value in taking care of something special. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance takes care of cars too. That's why it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau, but it's Greg's taking after Dad Farm Bureau. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
In life, it's best to have options. The more options, the better. But the one-size-fits-all approach is never an effective way to get the best possible outcome, especially when it comes to erectile dysfunction and intimacy with the one you love. The Louisville Men's Clinic Group has successfully treated over 20,000 ED patients. We know better than anyone that a one-trick pony or a copycat doctor's office doesn't work with men. And that's why men choose the Louisville Men's Clinic. We offer many different FDA-approved options to resolve your ED, not just one. And they're all administered by a Kentucky licensed physician, no matter your age or your medical condition. Only the best clinical options to help determine what's best for you. If you're struggling with ED, don't trust the one-trick ponies. Trust the Louisville Men's Clinic. After all, 20,000 men can't be wrong. Call today for an appointment. at 502-444-4000. That's 444-4000. Or online at LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com.
Chances are you've recently
30 seconds.
or thought about it, or might even be thinking.
I'll let y'all listen to this promo after the break. It's you talking about making the bet, and then you talking about Stoops being crowd surfed and how we should be more like that.
Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. I see a little bit of clapback on the text line, which the clapback, you can guarantee it's coming. The self-proclaimed helicopter parent that listen, clapback parent, yes, we understand it's a different world. We're saying this in jest. Yes, we're more aware of the dangers of sending your kids out alone, and we're, don't get super overly sensitive. But at the end of the day, you still can't change Halloween's date. That's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Speaking of unacceptable, listen, no, there's no way I'm going to transition. Steve, you got something to say?
Yeah, I do have something to say. Penn Station. They're still doing their thing.
They're still with us because of our time spent listening.
Yeah, maybe so. Through the years, Cards fans have enjoyed winning the Fiesta Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. And now our friends at Penn Station are going to celebrate the 100th season of Cardinal football with the Tasty Tuesday special that everyone can put in the win column. How about that? Every Tuesday, Penn Station is now offering up any 6-inch sub for just $3.99. That's any. Okay, so you don't have to call in and say, does that count the Philly? Does that count? Yes, it's all of them. That's a 6-inch Penn Station sub for only $3.99 all day, Tuesday through November. All the way through November. So you still got a month to enjoy this. $3.99 sub. Simply order online or through the Penn Station app. Use promo code UL399 and your 6-inch Penn Station sub. It's just $3.99.
That absolutely works, people. Let me remind you right now, we are on YouTube.com. The channel is We Are Made for the Ville. I got a very touching, I think a tweet last night where somebody was just like, really, they look forward to the YouTube channel at the end of the day, get some, excited. I was excited to hear that, people. I really do appreciate the messages about, about we want to work hard and keep you happy and keep you entertained and kind of inform you about Louisville sports as much as possible. So I really appreciate the people that go to the YouTube channel, that subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's awesome.
Hey, but before you go there real quick, I'm going to give another shout out. I got Rexy Karma talking about raising kid studs. His son, Xavier Karma. Yeah. Xavier Karma is qualified to play in the prestigious Eddie Hur Invitational Championships for the boys 16 division.
Of course he did. People, if you need guidance on raising a dog, there's 2 people you can go to. One of them is Rexy Karma, and one of them is Plies. Are you familiar with Plies?
No.
Steve, when we come back, or not, then we're going to break. You just read about Rexy Karma raising dogs, right?
Yes. No.
Literal athlete dogs.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
I'm going to let you hear, right? No. I am going to send to Brian Hall, Plies, and his philosophy
Okay.
on raising dogs. But
Okay.
first,
I like it.
the Bill Scorns and Sons Collision Center Hotline gives us Dawn. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind? Right. Right. Right.
I didn't. I didn't.
Whoa, whoa, ooh, easy. No, easy. was that the consensus that it was a referee? Let me ask you one thing before I get you out of here, Don. Have you talked about the car march? Have you actually had the opportunity to do a ball walk? Now, what I was trying to ask you is did you see any difference with the way they engage with the fans versus the way the Louisville players engage? Right. Right. Whoa, Don, you're just breaking all the rules today. That's awesome. No, listen, Don, I appreciate the call and I appreciate the story. And what are the lessons we learned? We learned that it's not about the actual wristband. It's the fact that Deion Branch gave him the wristband. That's the important part. And as far as the march goes, Deion Branch is not special if everybody did it. Right?
Yeah.
Some people are comfortable putting their headphones in and concentrating on the game, and it makes them a better player. Some people are more comfortable engaging with the fans.
Yeah.
Like I was more comfortable staying around at Freedom Hall afterwards, but it doesn't take away from the guys who kind of are in a focused in a busy, hyper motivated environment. So that's why you don't really judge the behavior. Well, but I got his point though.
Well, I think what I was thinking of right off the bat there was, as far as the card march goes, Lamar was very good at engaging with fans. Teddy really didn't.
Right.
And Teddy was excellent engaging with fans
overall.
But the card march, Teddy was had his headphones in, pretty much looked straight ahead, stick his hands out, slap my hand if you want, and I didn't find it rude,
And
I get what I get
this point.
Because when you as a player, especially as a captain, and we didn't talk about it a lot because really I don't see a lot of need to, when you bring attention to that, you bring these criticisms.
Right. And the first time you lose your quarterback to some flu that's going around, because he just touched 7,000 hands.
Yeah.
And then when he got to the end of the thing, he drunk some water and touched his mouth, and now he has whatever virus is going around. You know what you're gonna say? No more touching hands on the card march.
Yeah.
Back everybody up.
Right.
Or you're gonna have a guy with a tub of Purell at the end of the card march.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I brought
Still,
that.
the comment was pointless.
Yeah,
and there was an apology,
right? And I give him the pass on. Yeah. You're frustrated. You want the fans to be there no matter what. Welcome to adulting.
Everybody's mad. We're mad too.
And we're going to talk about that from a different perspective.
Yes.
Right after this phone call, Ellis. Thanks for. Oh, sorry about that. Ellis, call back. I blew that. Sorry about that. I dropped the ball.
Don't know what happened there.
Hey, Brian, I sent you a tweet. Do you have the sound ready to go, or do I need to stall for a couple of seconds? Tell me when you're ready. Okay, I'm gonna set this up one more time. Steve, you mentioned Karma. We're talking about the development of kids. We're talking about these young punk parents that are out here driving these kids from door to door, and these kids are getting these artificial levels of bags of candy that they didn't work for and the parents didn't work for, and I'm not happy about it, and that's not how you raise dogs. Karma can teach you how to raise dogs, or Plies can teach you how to raise dogs. If you don't know who Plies is, you can look it up. I'm sure you know some of his music, but fire away, Brian. Steve. Okay, Steve. Yeah. Which do you first and foremost, do you agree with our man Plies on the recruiting philosophy that Bobby Petrino should look for the dog instead of the 4-star, 5-star diva?
Yes and no.
You do realize that's exactly
4-star dogs.
That's exactly how people sound to Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
When people are out here telling him how to recruit, or any of these coaches, you need to recruit some dogs. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
You think I'm not out here looking for competitive people that I can turn into giants? You knew when I heard that I had to play that on this show.
That's funny. Look, I get it. I don't disagree with him, but I think a different way of going about it. Maybe.
Brian, give me one more. Please give me that one more time, just before we get into some serious conversations, because it's going to get really serious after this. I love it. I don't want a dog that small.
Yeah. Yeah, I need something better than that. Definitely need something better.
I won't.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
So not your 1 star.
That's funny.
0 star. So here's the thing. We've been talking about the football process or what goes into it, right? You just said it. We're all angry.
Yeah.
We're so angry that a kid who's disappointed in the attendance of the card march is front page news.
Right.
Because we make it front page news. Because, people are going to do something to give us a lightning rod. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't take much. Anybody does anything. If the kicker misses curfew, that's going to be a reason that Bobby's not having discipline. Because they're going to say, even the kicker doesn't respect Bobby Petrino. You know?
Right.
When you're mad, that anybody's a lightning rod. Right? And from the beginning, from the early bad start, I said, listen, you have an athletic director who, if nothing else, is thorough AF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vince Tyree is thorough just for information purposes.
Yeah.
Any information. So here's the thing. I said it after game 4. I said what he's going to do is he's going to bring in some pro scout or some other guy, some consultant, and he's going to say, look at my team right now.
Yeah.
Look at my program right now. He's going to bring in the Rick Pitino version of the football coach. The guy that's currently unemployed but is involved in what programs do and how they build smart people.
Mm-hmm.
Give him $50,000 to fly in, and spend a full 2 weeks breaking down, what you think about my program, the fan base, the money, the flow, a real flow chart. Probably costs a lot more than that, but you get the point. That's how important and thorough this guy is, right? And this is nothing new. This is something I've always said. So now you have a sample size big enough for him to start speaking on his feelings on the program, right?
Yeah.
We got a couple clips from Vince Tyree's interview. Brian, I guess we might as well just start with clip 1 and kind of analyze what he had to say about a few things.
I think he's shown the ability to take us to levels we've never been before. Some of our best moments of this program have been under his guidance.
That's a fact, right? It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact that nobody wants to hear when you're angry at Bobby Petrino, right? But here's the thing. When you have to do pro and cons lists. Don't just think of, okay, I get it if you want him gone, right? You're happy, he's unsuccessful.
Yes.
But you still have to make a pros and cons list, right?
Yes.
And it has to be based on what you can get.
If you're doing the M&M jar, or the M&M balance, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not familiar with it.
Where people that take the little scale, you put 1 here, you put a negative here, and you put a pro here.
I never heard it referred to as. I just call it pros and cons.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I'll be
the point is, that's one that even anybody even myself who says I think Jeff Brom should be the guy next year has to say it is a pro.
But yeah, and but here's the thing: the reason you need a balanced base is because if Jeff Brom isn't in the bag, and you take the Jeff Brom, you don't want that scale to just fall off your back, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be fair when you you say these things. And you have to remember all this conversation, all these stats about how he sucks because of this and that. All of it has the preface of 2.0, Bobby, right? Like you just throw out all of his coaching history.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
Like, listen, hate him all you want, be mad at the program all you want, but don't just limit his entire career to, well, since he's been back, no, because that's not what it, it's not what it is. You can say trending. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's a conversation. But just I like that Vince started out with, let's just acknowledge this dude's a beast,
Yeah.
before we talk about the trending and what moves forward.
Absolutely.
Now, Vince Tyree also starting to break down some of his detailed feelings on on kind of the state of the program too. That background was kind of crappy.
Clips, and I think
right,
some people were booing
in the background.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's where a Vince Tyree, because here's the thing. You're not allowed to criticize fans most of the time.
Right.
You can, but that's one of those millionaire arguments you're never going to win. You're never going to get people to say, you know what? I should do better about attending these games no matter what. Vince is right. On the surface, right? But I'm telling you, where Vince is coming from is the same place that like a Tom Dirge was coming from. He's saying something like, listen, they don't need no more help driving recruits away from Louisville, right? We're gonna listen. You if you listen to me, we call out media outlets who drive recruits to certain places. There's no place like Louisville when it comes to recruits getting driven anywhere outside. I mean, this is reverse, like osmosis or whatever. You're pushing. How you push Howard? Whatever. I'll think about it later. Point being, the pressure inside of this fishbowl pushes recruits everywhere but here. The fan base keeps these recruits here. Vince Tyree knows the fan base has to be locked armed. You made the reference yesterday. Has to be 300 style when it comes to keeping recruits in here, right? Because listen, I mean, you see what the media coverage looks like with Kentucky in the top 10. Compare it to your Louisville media coverage when Louisville's in the top 10.
Well, yeah,
right.
But I will say, in the same breath, though, I mean, fans. The only way I think sometimes that we as fans, to play the other side of this, feel like we have a voice is with our attendance.
Right.
And if fans are feeling like we don't like, and look, am I saying fans should always drive the program? No, because I think Tennessee passed up a dang good coach in Greg Schiano because of the fans. So do the fans always get to drive the narrative? No, I'm not so sure. But I also don't knock fans for saying, look, if the state,
I know what you're saying.
What do we do? I mean, the only thing I could say
what if the fan was packed with booers?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Does that do any better for recruiting? Maybe, because at least it shows that you're passionate. I can make that argument. So
I'd say don't come if you're going to boo.
But that's the only. How other do you have a voice? Do you just flood Vince Tyree with emails?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how do you know you're doing anything? I do know what they will react to. They'll react to people not in the seats. They'll react to people not buying concessions.
Actually, I think they'll react quicker to the boos than people not being in the seats. Because when they're not in the seats, I can make an argument that's a crappy game anyway, right?
Yeah, but not when the stadium's barely 3/4 full for Florida State.
A packed house of booers is worse than an empty house.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that
Vince
has said he looks at the money, he looks at, and I think.
But again, the money is driven not by the empty seats. Money is driven by the box seats. So that's why you need the big.
It is. I mean,
so you're pretty much done making the bulk of your money before the season even starts.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing is when you lose the big donors.
Yeah,
but I still think that the
I do
common
get what you're saying.
fan needs to feel like their voice is being heard, and I think a lot of times people feel like I got one or two options. I can show up and boo, or I can not show up at all. I just don't like to take that away from fans. I'm not saying I would do either one of them personally, but I don't like to take that option away from somebody who spends their hard-earned money to buy tickets.
Right. And like I said, I always look at that conversation as there are two perspectives, because like I said, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Not going is a way to show my dismay. But if you're a program and you have to realize that you're not going and wanting to prove a point.
Well, you know me, I side with that.
Right. Also has an effect.
Sure.
It has a huge effect, and I think Vince Tyree is just trying to bring that side of it. Like, it's not a zero-sum game here.
You got one of the best players to come out of the city of Louisville in a long time, and J.J. Weaver was on his official visit, and he come to a pretty much an empty Wake Forest game with people booing. And he's been here all year. He's been here at all the games, and the attendance has not been good. So, like, I get that. You know me, where I stand personally is get there because that's not good. But I'm very hesitant when people say,
right, get there and beg J.J. Weaver to come save the program.
Yeah. I mean, not just him, but I mean, yeah,
right.
You
get my
point.
Do
what
right.
you did. I mean, I think for me, I say do a Louisville Live.
B-Hall, we're gonna B-Hall, we're gonna take that one before we get out of here.
Chant, we won Aiden. You made Aiden Agahan, brother. You like it or not, Marcus? He said I felt needed. I felt like
that's my point.
I felt like those fans were like, dude, we need you. We don't just want you here. We did. We did. Mac needed to get that one. Like, that was a big one to finish up the class. And so
I don't know. Looking at that team versus Bellarmine, I don't think we need them. No. Get angry over there, Steve. Damon, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away. Who's telling you that?
Yeah.
If you played against him, you'd hate his guts, though. Yeah, but I do know what you're saying. Listen, I appreciate that call. Here's the thing. On the winning teams, there are guys that are not paying attention. There are fights in the middle of championship games with championship teams on the sideline.
Yeah, but fights that's not comparable.
But what I'm saying is
that's what you want.
When you're winning, it's people who are over there focused. When you're losing, it's people who are over there not paying attention. That's a narrative that I'm always careful for because I see both of those at any given time on any given sideline. But I get your point. Midday with Marcus Mabel. When we come back, I'm going to point out something that happened. I don't want you to shoot the messenger. I don't want you to shoot anybody, but you get the point. There was a comment that came out of a Bobby Petrino interview that just caught my attention. As mad as I am at everybody, I might lose my temper. Midday with Marcus Mabel, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 939 The Ville.
This is U of L Today with Mark Hebert.
A new study has found that the way parents refer to their babies might be a sign of child abuse. Details of that study after this.
Commonwealth Credit Union is now the preferred credit union partner of the University of Louisville, offering more financial services to the U of L community than ever before. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently. Visit WeSeeUofLDifferently.com for more information.
University of Louisville bioinformatics professor Doug Lorenz was one of the researchers looking at parents who brought babies to the emergency room. Was the way those parents referred to their babies, all under 1 year old, a sign of potential child abuse?
If an infant less than 12 months old comes into the ER with a bruise, there's already suspicion there. But we were able to note that parents who were negatively or unrealistically describing their children were substantially more likely to have abused the child. But fussy was probably the most common negative attribution assigned to a child. Demanding was another one.
Lorenz hopes the research prompts more doctors and nurses to pay attention to the way parents describe their babies when they bring them to the ER.
What we would like something like this to trigger is for physicians or anybody working in the ER would trigger them to take a closer look, especially if there is bruising present.
Doing the research that matters to children. We are U of L.
The world never stops. It's constantly changing, evolving, moving forward. And so are we. Introducing Spectrum Mobile, built on America's largest and most reliable LTE network, combined with a nationwide network of Wi-Fi hotspots, free talk and text, and all designed to save you money. The best network, the best devices, the best value. Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com today. Restrictions apply.
Chances are you've recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
The race for Senate is close, and it comes down to this. Do you believe you have a fundamental right to self-defense? The Supreme Court is closely divided. 4 liberal justices oppose your gun rights. 4 liberal justices would take away your freedom. And Senator Joe Donnelly is on their side. Donnelly voted against your gun rights by voting against Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Senator Donnelly knows Brett Kavanaugh has a perfect record defending your individual gun rights. And Joe Donnelly voted against him anyway. That's why Senator Donnelly earned a grade of D from the National Rifle Association. After 12 years in Washington, DC Joe has gotta go. Defend freedom. Defeat Donnelly. NRA Political Victory Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by NRA Political Victory Fund. www.nrapvf.org. And not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Get ready for 3 incredible days of savings at Genesis Diamonds. November 9th, 10th, and 11th. The biggest event of the year with store-wide savings up to 35% off. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, plus special financing up to 5 years. This is the big event of 2018. One where they break all the rules. Extra savings store-wide. Plus 12 top jewelry designers are flying in with their entire collections. On sale November 9th through 11th only. And only at Genesis Diamonds. Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
The best jewelry in the world at the best prices all year. It's happening November 9th, 10th, and 11th at Genesis Diamonds. 3 days of spectacular store-wide savings, and not just what's in the cases. 12 exclusive designers are flying in their entire collections all on sale. We're talking thousands of unique, one-of-a-kind, stylish, handcrafted pieces at prices you never thought possible. Save 20, 30, up to 35% store-wide. Even GIA-certified diamonds are all on sale. November 9th, 10th, and 11th, only at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
Hi, I'm Hannah Gist with Gist Piano. Playing sports teaches discipline and teamwork. Playing the piano develops a child's cognitive abilities. As a mom of 3, I encourage you to invest in sports and the piano. Try Gist Piano Center, family owned and operated since 1971.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. This Sports Center update brought to you by Geico of Louisville. University of Louisville alumni could save even more on their auto insurance with a special discount from Geico. Visit geico.com/Louisville. The Louisville football team now sets their sights on their matchup this weekend against number 2 Clemson at noon on Saturday at Cardinal Stadium. Head coach Bobby Petrino met with the media yesterday, and he was asked if he was the AD, if he would keep himself.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think what you see is what our record has been, what we've done here, what we've built here, where we've been, and understand that, we had a bad year.
Speaking of our athletic director, Vince Tyree went on with WLKY yesterday, and he talked about the fans trying to send a message by not going to the game is not the way to do it.
I think fans feel that leaving their seat empty is a way to send the message. I'm not sure who their intended audience is, whether it's the players, the coach, maybe it's all the above. But again, it's disappointing. You'd hope that people are supporters of the program throughout.
Vince Tyree went on to talk about the FBI trial and whether he's worried or not about it affecting the Cards.
I'm not concerned about it today. I don't think Chris is concerned about it today in running our program. And we're being incredibly open and honest with the families that we do recruit. And I think that's obviously it's paid off. We got a top-ranked recruiting class.
The Louisville men's soccer team earned the number 4 seed in a first-round bye in the 2018 ACC Championship, which begins Wednesday in the first-round matches. The 17-ranked Cards will host a ACC quarterfinal match Sunday, November 4th at 1 p.m. at Dr. Mark and Cindy Lynn Stadium. Louisville's opponent in its quarterfinal clash will be the winner of number 5 Notre Dame and number 12 Clemson. And last but certainly not least, even though it is not exactly Halloween, it is trick-or-treating tonight, so happy Halloween to all the trick-or-treaters out there. Everybody have a safe and fun time tonight. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, people. Sometimes you hear me give my man Steve Rummage a hard time. Sometimes you see he can get very excitable when he's over there scrolling in the middle of a show. But these times, Steve gives me these little nuggets in the middle of a show that make it all worth it. Steve, 30 seconds before showtime, you said something to me.
Well, I want to give a shout out to my dad. And today, Dad was doing his press conference.
Your dad does press conferences?
He does press conferences over in Clemson, South Carolina.
Oh, that dad.
I told y'all yesterday I was going to make a call or two. I was going to talk to him. I was going to say, look, Dad, help us out here.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. He opened his press conference up with saying.
He opened up the press conference by saying.
Louisville is the best 2-6 team I've seen. Thanks, Dad. My dad's awesome.
A supportive father says things like that.
Dad is awesome.
What do you think about what he had to say, Steve?
I mean, he's probably right.
That's my point.
I mean,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said this is hands down the most talented 2-16 team you've ever seen in your life. And when Bobby Petrino was asked questions, he's like, dude, it's always something different.
Yeah.
Boston College, we got behind with this thing, Florida State. Of course, I screwed up, the game before. Like, people don't realize how quick these games get out of control when you have 2 or 3 bad possessions offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
It totally gets out of control. But here's the thing. I was getting ready to kind of talk about the Facebook Live moment. Let me just clean up this conversation real quick for people. So just so I can get this off my chest personally. Now, I ask you to do this a lot, but this time I'm serious. When I say don't look at the people involved, look at the conversation. Okay? Because when you look at the people, sometimes you can't keep out your personal biases for a situation. So, yesterday, I was listening to Bobby Petrino in his press conference. And, it was about what you expected to hear, nothing earth-shattering, anything like that. So, I'm not really, concerned with what he had to say per se during the press conference. But there was a moment, there was a conversation. And again, take away the coaches, take away this, because this happens far too often. And I want to train your ears to hear these kind of things. It's the same thing that happens with the Dick Vitale thing. It's the same thing that happens when you see a we on somebody when Kentucky wins, and then when Louisville wins, it's they, lucked up or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just, when you claim to be, neutral or whatever. See, here's the thing. Bobby Petrino was asked a question yesterday. When did you know about the Kamari Everett situation? Right? Listen, when I heard that, I kind of got worried. Not worried because, trouble is just one of those questions you're like, uh-oh, right? Which was a fair question. Bobby Petrino says, well, it's funny you should mention that. When I was walking off the field, you were, and he talking to the reporter, he says, you were over really close to the field or something like that in a place where you're never, you never are, right? As media, right? Bobby says to him, when he gets asked the question, what do you think about the Kamari Everett? Something to the effect, he was asked about the Kamari Everett situation right after practice. Bobby Petrino, to paraphrase, says something along the lines of, well, it's not my day, you know that, but how's it going, right? So
I got the back and forth.
Bobby, okay, you know what? Go ahead and play that. I don't want to have to relive that.
Yeah, I think it was coming off the practice field when I came over and said, hey, Jake, how you doing? And then you said, hey, can I talk to you? And I said, today's not my day.
Okay.
And then after that, I asked Rocco what was that all about, and then he told me. So I
Is it-
wasn't doing a no comment. Remember, I'm the one that came over and said, hey, Jake,
I
how you
saw
doing there,
Yeah,
buddy?
I said hello.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, and then I heard later that you said I refused to comment on it. I didn't even know what you're talking about. I was actually just being friendly. Because you're usually not at that area when I leave the practice field. So
Would
but
you
that's the first time I knew about it.
Did you see what just happened there? Did you see what just happened there, people? Now, Bobby Petrino said it with a chuckle, You know, he said it lighthearted. He said, and then later on, you said I didn't have a comment on it, right? I told you it's not my day to talk to the media. People, there's a difference between saying no comment and I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't talk to media on my off media day. But I came to you to say hello, right? So whenever I see something like that or hear about something, when I say, hey, you know, what's going on, my man? You know what I'm saying? And you ask me a question and I say, well, you know, this is not media day, so I don't really do that, right? And then you run and say, Marcus had no comment when asked about, you know what I'm saying? Be careful with something like that. Because if I'm a coach, I'm upset about that. This is a disgusting commercial, Steve. Have you seen this commercial? Have people seen a commercial where everybody's sticking their fingers in the cheese dip and just double dipping? That's just gross. That's just a gross commercial. Point being, people, I had to get that conversation off my chest because I don't like when instead of saying, Bobby let me know that today wasn't his media availability date, so we'll be sure to ask him, you know. But saying I had no comment is no comment is like the guilty, the secret guilty code word. And it like as a public, when somebody says no comment, what do we say? Oh, he's hiding something.
Sure.
Or he needs time to lawyer up and get it. This is Steve. If you don't turn around and look at what's being on TV. Kevin, thanks for joining us on 939, my man. Fire away.
Oh, hey, what's up? Man, I got a laundry list of things. You know how y'all say I call when I got things on my mind.
Go ahead.
First of all, I put something on your page. I don't know if you looked at it yet. Probably the most successful football team or program in history, Alabama, when they walked through from the dorm to the stadium. Some of those guys got headphones on, and they're not slapping hands with everybody. They walk to the field, Nick Saban straight ahead. He's not shaking hands with people. That's kind of what real programs do. And that's the problem that I have with Louisville fans is we always talk about we want to be big time or we not respected as a football school and stuff like that, but we don't act like it. A prime example, with this Card March thing. This is not the first time we heard about Card March.
Right, Charlie Strong complained about
Charlie
it. Right.
Charlie said something about Card March, and we was actually winning then. So we all, I mean, people are gonna, I mean, like I tell my buddy, from September through the middle part of October, we got the best fans you can see as long as we winning. But even when we're good, when it gets cold, inclement weather, you know, stuff like that, or we'll use, you know, it's the opponent that we're playing. We don't
right.
show up.
There's always reasons not to go or not to Card March.
Prime example is my cousin. She's got a son that plays for Nebraska. He's a senior this year. I was flipping through the station Saturday. They're playing Bethune-Cookman, not a powerhouse. They were 1-6 at that time. Stadium's full.
Well,
and you know,
you're not being depressing on purpose, are you?
No, I'm just saying we gotta look. You know, fans, like I said, we only got one job. That's to show up. I know you spending your own money. You can do something else. But if you commit to being a fan, you commit to buying season tickets, you got to be there. Because how you going to complain about we losing recruits to Kentucky and these different schools, but they're showing up. We're not. You know what I'm saying? So if you trying to find a school to play for, unless you really focus, you're like, you know what? Louisville's kind of down. They're playing a lot of young players. I don't think I'm going to have to redshirt or sit behind somebody. Maybe I want to go help them. But if if it's a guy that's being swayed by the atmosphere, you know, the big, you know, all this stuff like that, we're not getting it done as a fan base. And then all these things that come up, you know, just like this thing with Kamar Avery. Now, if we were 8-1, everybody and their mama would be trying to pass it off. Oh man, Petrino ain't got nothing to do with that, or he didn't cover it up. He didn't do this.
Kevin, that's it? Kevin. So now are you a believer in leading score does not mean you played good? Kevin, I appreciate the call. Oh.
Got a lot on his mind.
Kevin has a lot on his mind. Now, here's the thing. I can't I'm sorry, people. Let me tell you what tweet I got just now. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do this. I got a tweet when Kevin called, and it says, I can't deal with Kevin. Tuning out. I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. And a little peace emoji. Dude's nonsense is like nails on a chalkboard. Kevin, that's the tweet I received because you don't mix in much positive. Kevin, you just got on air and you told me coaches should leave. Nobody should expect to have any kind of card march. You compared the card march to Alabama's walk from the dorms, right? Coaches should leave. Don't compare yourself to anything Louisville. That's why I don't like Louisville fans. That's why I don't respect this program. And then, at the end of that rant, you went to basketball and you said, as soon as I heard Chris Mack, I thought y'all were going to give me a hard time because Chris Mack said, just because VJ King was the leading scorer, Kevin, I'm trying to educate you on that. I know I'm right. Listen, Kevin, if you're still holding on to sour grapes about Dang Adele leading, but giving up 20 points, scoring 16, being the leading scorer, and putting his team. Kevin, did you hear Coach Mack say, our defense is not about steals. It's about keeping the guy in front of you and not putting our defense in a bad position. You know what that means if he's coaching Dang Adele? It means you are the exact worst thing for a defense on the planet. That's what Chris Mack just told you in the last 2 press conferences. He told you points does not mean playing good. Jordan Warris, 1 for 9 from the 3-point line, has 7 solid rebounds, assists. Darius Perry, 1 for 4 or whatever, right? Led the team in assists, created the most pressure, stopped more penetration through moving his feet and staying out of foul trouble, kept the big man out of foul trouble by keeping his man out the lane. That's where you see basketball. And Kevin, you'll eventually get it.
Well, yes, because we mentioned yesterday talking about Jordan. Said Jordan did a lot of good. I thought Jordan had a good game, even though he didn't have good shooting.
Right, but good shots don't hurt you.
Right.
Good shots don't hurt your team. So 1 for 6 with good shots is a good game when you add in 5 rebounds, 4 deflections, steals, all that stuff.
But I would argue that Jordan is the one guy on this team. You always got one, sometimes
I
two.
know you're going to shoot it.
Well, and he can take a couple bad shots.
I know you're going to shoot it. That's why when the ball swings around to you and I see you're open, I'm a split second faster than everybody on the defensive end. You know why? Because I'm looking for a rebound. Steve, I was telling you the other day, Quentin Richardson of DePaul.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody better. Quentin Richardson, they had a little Fab Five at DePaul. Everybody remembers Quentin Richardson, did 15 years in the league. They had a little Fab Five. The leading scorer on that team was Quentin Richardson. Had more double-doubles than anybody. He was a 6'4.5" guard. You know why? Because he knew he was on the team with a bunch of gunners. And you know what he did? He boxed out like he was a defensive player. When the shot went up, he got the rebound. He scored it all on his own.
Yeah.
That was a good player.
That is.
Who gets drafted.
But my thing is when Jordan is a guy who's allowed to
Hey,
take.
Kevin, this ain't place to
Yeah. No kidding.
Go ahead.
Goodness gracious.
You checked out you checked out like somebody else, didn't you?
I do sometimes.
You heard him in the background.
There's a couple that I'm just like,
Kevin,
just get it out.
You got
every right to call in and just get it out.
I do appreciate that too.
But when Steve Enoch, we was watching the play before, Enoch gets at the post, Enoch kicks it back out to Jordan. Enoch then comes out, sets the screen. Jordan at that point does what I think a great player can do for us that we haven't seen often, something that a Ding-a-Dale wouldn't have done if it slapped him in the face last year, was he takes one dribble and goes, oh, well, they're both sticking with me. There you go, Steve. Shoot it. You're wide open.
People, it was a tie game or a 1-point game. Jordan Wara and Steve Enoch played a 2-man game, and your center, who can shoot free throws, steps out and buries it off a pick and roll.
Yeah.
When you have a 6'11" guy that can roll to the basket or step out and bury a three-pointer, and you have a 6'7" guard who can work back and forth with a center, you have huge potential to be a problem. And people, this is just week 1.
Well, outside of Steve, there's what? 5 other centers maybe in the country that can realistically.
Wait, slow down with this one, Steve.
Okay.
Because listen, what I want you to do right here is imagine this, people. Imagine me on the mound, and you can insert favorite baseball here.
Okay.
Because I threw you this pitch when I did the Facebook Live. People, for those who don't know, I was up at 2 or 3 in the morning on Facebook Live, doing my Kobe Bryant version of detail during the game, right? And I came in very excited to talk to Steve about, what I saw, right? And when I saw that, I'm yelling after Enoch hits these 3-pointers. I say, how many 6'11" centers in college basketball are there out there who can score left hand, right hand in the paint and step out and hit a 3-pointer, right?
Yeah.
Just with that. You can't name 5. And I said that on my live. And I threw this pitch right down the center, and Steve responds with what?
Well, I said, there's one sitting on the bench right now that can. There's maybe 5 other centers in the country that can do what Steve Enoch can do and step out. And look, don't act like like the first shot Enoch steps out and takes and misses. That's why he shouldn't be out there shooting. Because Steve Enoch's not a guy that's going to fall in love with the 3-point line. But he will do what Xavier's Canner did last year. And you remember Xavier's
That's
Canner?
why they had a 1 seed.
I was watching a game last year where they were down 3, and Chris Mack drew up a play for Canner to pull a 3. He hits it, and they tie the game with, I think, 8 seconds left.
A coach who's known for having top 25, top 30 efficiency year after year.
Yeah, so, but there's maybe 5 other centers can do it, and one of them's name is Malik Williams that plays for Louisville. So
freshman Malik Williams.
Yes, essentially. You couldn't have asked for a better setup to see Enoch's skill set and to know.
Bit more of a rim protector than you thought, Malik Williams.
Yeah. Which I thought Malik looked pretty good rim protecting the other
Probably
day.
looked better defensively in the paint.
Okay, or you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were saying Steve. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then we're on the same page there. I mean, Malik looked like he had bought in on Saturday for the first time.
Being a big guy that can shoot instead of a guard that can sometimes be in the paint.
He was not afraid to say, look, I'll be a defensive big man. I'll come in, I'll make my mark on defense. He pulled a three. I thought it was a good shot.
From the corner.
Yeah, thought it was a good shot.
It's the same shot you hit against Indiana to help us win that game.
Yeah, he missed it. Of course, we were all missing threes at that point. I mean, so I was like, yeah, okay, move on. But, yeah, I thought his game was good, man. And if you got two centers that can do that.
Just be careful.
Yeah,
don't
mess around.
Alex, thanks for joining us on the Escort Center Clip. Bill Escort. Listen to the hotline, my man. Fire away.
It's okay. Go for it.
No, Alex, I appreciate the call. There was a stat that Drew Diener talked about at the beginning of the season that I ignored. And the stat was something along the lines of, over the last 20 years, after losing a Heisman Trophy winner, you lose an average of 3.5 more games.
Yeah.
Repeat. An average after a Heisman Trophy winner leaves, only like twice in history did a team's record improve. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the average to be 3.5, do you know how many programs lost 6 or 7 more games? Having Heisman Trophy winners make you change your style. It makes other people, you take away from a lot of other positions. I ignored that stat, right? But it's a stat. So trending downwards, you could just as easily say statistically, you are guaranteed, historically, 20 years, you are guaranteed to trend downwards after you lose a Heisman Trophy. And I'm just throwing that in there to be fair. Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man.
Lawrence Lawrence, listen, I appreciate the call. And Lawrence, I'm not falling for it. Lawrence, I know you were getting ready to yell at me, and you were getting ready to tell me, Marcus, don't have us out here believing you can hang with so-and-so. Don't have us out here believing that Louisville's going to be better than we thought. It's going to be hard to contain my enthusiasm, Steve.
Well, again, I say there's reason to be positive. In 3 weeks, you get Tennessee. You're going to go up to Barclays Center. You're going to get Tennessee, and then you're going to get Marquette or Kansas. Kansas, #1 team in the country. Marquette's going to be a top 25 team in the country. You're going to find out. And I'm not saying if they go up there and go 0-2 that you're like, oh, well, we found out. They suck. No, I mean, you're going to be able to watch those games. You're going to be able to find out a little more about where this team is now, which, again, where they are now, good or bad.
Right.
And then you're going to be able to say, okay, where can we go from here? You're going to find out really quick.
I'm going to talk in entire absolutes, which is kind of an oxymoron because I'm going to ask if you agree with me. I can't say I'm talking in the absolute and then ask you if you're agreeing with me, but I'm going to do that. Quick commercial break. Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 939 is the number on 939 the bill.
Next to the KFC.
Sucks.
Covered this season, Troll Pub is the home of the $1 beer for all college and NFL games. With over 25 HD TVs, there are no bad seats in the house. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. The Troll Pub under the bridge. A unique underground dining experience. Oh, and don't forget to take a selfie with Louie too.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
If your heating and cooling system is old, inefficient, and on the fritz, believe it or not, you could be in luck. Now is the perfect time to replace and upgrade your system with your local factory-authorized Bryant dealer, BJ Heating and Cooling. BJ Heating and Cooling is offering 0% financing with approved credit on all Bryant equipment installs. Whatever it takes, BJ Heating and Cooling offers free estimates on installing heat pumps, furnaces, ACs, and mini splits. Call the experts you can trust at BJ Heating and Cooling or visit bjheatcool.com today.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, at Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Through the years, Cards fans have enjoyed winning the Fiesta Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and a Sugar Bowl, and now your friends at Penn Station are going to celebrate the 100th season of Cardinal football with a Tasty Tuesday special that everyone can put in the win column. Every Tuesday, Penn Station is now offering up a 6-inch sub for just $3.99. That's a 6-inch Penn Station sub for just $3.99 all day every Tuesday through November. Simply order online or through the Penn Station app. Use promo code UL399 and your 6-inch Penn Station sub is just $3.99.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
After getting a full workout this summer, your air conditioner may be on its last legs. So now it's time for you to save big on a Train comfort system at the DFH Company. This month, you can get 36-month special financing on qualified Train comfort systems from the DFH Company. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard not to call DFH Company today. Call 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program details. It's hard to stop a train.
Chances are you've recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy, do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
Ted's first home is not exactly a castle, yet. The kitchen is on the small side, and the shutters could use a fresh coat of paint. And even if it doesn't have an infinity pool or a home theater, it's Ted's home. And it's insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's someday this will be Ted's Castle Farm Bureau. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. There is one subject that I wanted to clean up before I kind of finish the last basketball conversation. Steve, I just wanted to give you a chance to top 25 coming out tonight.
No, yeah, I was going to say, you go ahead with your stuff.
Okay, just give me the flat bass. Rick Pitino.
What, yeah, coach in the NBA?
Rick Pitino. You run with it.
I think that Rick Pitino could be I think
Kevin Love toe could miss a month, of course.
Kevin Love.
Didn't I tell you about him? Yeah. Didn't I warn you about him 2 years ago?
He's such a joke.
Right? Of course, your toe is going to keep you out a month.
Look, here's the deal. Rick Pitino, I think, could be an asset to an NBA team.
At what position?
Well, it depends. I think if it was, I don't know that he could be an asset in the way
they need him to be.
Well, the way he wants to be. He's talking about taking a young team. I don't think Rick could take a young team and be good. I think Rick would need to get like the Lakers, the Warriors, the Celtics. The Celtics would never hire back, but
he can't deal with these young NBA players.
I don't think so. I mean, I would love it. For me,
you just don't have that kind of leverage over these kids. And I say kids, these new NBA entries, like your leverage is like terrible.
Yeah, but I will say, I think Rick was really in the process of changing up the way he coached. So this is funny. This is actually really funny.
The top 5 list that's being announced on TV. Number 5 is Alabama. and number 4 is Alabama.
Number 3 is Alabama.
Right? Like, you could see that coming a mile away. Yeah, but like I said, I'm pretty much the same way as you. I just don't think that, I just don't think.
Now, if he wanted to be, as far as, I mean, Jordan may hire him. I could see that. Jordan hired with the Hornets.
Put him in scouting department.
I want him to be a head coach. I'm pulling for him. I'm actually pulling for him to hold off and get the St. John's job next year. I think that would be awesome. I'd root for him. I don't care. If you don't like him, that's your problem. I do. You're never going to change my mind on that. But I would like to see him get a job somewhere. But I just don't think an NBA head coach is going to be it. But he did it. I mean, he went out and hired Drew Rosenhaus. I mean, he went to the very top. If anybody can get him a job, it's that guy.
That's a fact.
So, hey, good for him, man.
So before we cut into the commercial break, okay, so here's the thing, people. The reason you should follow, and you're right, the reason you should follow our YouTube channel, our We Are Made for the Ville, because the Facebook Live was kind of an impromptu thing, but here's the thing. If you watch a game with me on our YouTube channel, We Are Made for the Ville, if you watch a condensed game with me on We Are Made for the Ville, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to be able to call in and argue and tell me you didn't see the same thing. Or you're going to be able to be the savant of your friends and your circle. Now, if you don't feel like your opinions are as respected as they should be, go to YouTube, go to We Are Made for the Ville, tune in. I'm going to bring up a cleaner version of the games that we played, the past games we have played, the scouting games that we played. You'll get a very intimate, detailed, breakdown of what's going on. You can see what I see. We were talking about the Stephen Enoch, Jordan Warwood two-man game. We were talking about the talent of a Christian Cunningham. Steve, one thing worried you while we were getting all excited. You said we can't take the injuries.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a team, and you're going to. You don't go through a basketball season and not. Yeah, sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes it's said player, 3 games, rolled ankles, whatever. But you're going to take some attrition through the season. But what we can't have is one season ender, and then somebody else takes a
3-weeker.
and you're like, gosh, now you're hurting.
Right, like you almost have a perfect lineup.
Yeah. If you told me right now, and this is impossible to do, if a genie popped out right now and said, Steve, since everything in the football world has went crappy.
Is that how your genie sounds?
Yeah. I'm going to give you a guarantee that nobody in this Louisville basketball team gets hurt. I was like, oh, okay, thanks, genie.
Where would you put the team?
I would be a lot more confident. I would say, dude, this team, don't sleep on this team being second weekend in the NCAA.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you get through here on a 75% healthy season, I would sign up for Sweet 16 right now.
Yeah.
And even if that meant 10 seed, listen, a 10 seed style of Chris Mack can bust somebody.
Yeah. Well, and according to the new net, Louisville's schedule, if they stick to truth, Louisville should get some major credit for who they play. That's why I think Chris Mack was because I will say this, Chris Mack has done well.
I can't wait to watch this game again.
For everybody that jumped on Coach K, nobody really had nothing to say when Chris Mack pretty much repeated Coach K. Because Chris Mack did good at playing the game there.
With his opinion.
Yeah, but he also did kind of, it went under the radar, choking him on spit. It went under the radar, I think, how he almost called that system out a little bit when Coach Mack said, hey, with our schedule, I mean, we should be able to win 17, 18 games and make the tournament. According to the new, he kind of threw in there, according to the new system, that system should really favor us. So to your point, even if they take a few losses, and they're going to, man, you just the schedule, you're going to lose some games. I don't care who you are. They're going to lose some, and if they get out, 7, 8 losses, you're
You should be. Your 7 or 8 losses are going to be two monsters. You're not going to.
Yeah.
You're not going to have those.
And they may have 9 or 10. They may have 10 losses. I don't know. But I would set their over/under. I would honestly, right this second today, I would set it at probably 8.5. I think that would be fair to say, because I think under 8.5 would be I would sign up right now. I would sign up for 7 losses right now, 7, 8 losses right now.
I shouldn't project the improvement I saw between red and white games.
You should, though.
And Bellarmine.
You should. That's the first time he got tape of a team playing in an arena with the crowd, with everything, and I think you saw an amazing improvement.
Okay, let me be a nerd at the end of the show, people. I'm gonna be total nerd on this one. Do you realize that this was the first game where they had to have not pregame meal, but night before scouting?
Mm-hmm.
When everybody gets in a room and they put some finger foods, in the hotel, right? And we all meet at this room, or we all meet in this lobby room where they have this big TV in here, right? And they say, this is going to be your man. This is what your man is good at.
Uh-huh.
A 20-minute individual scouting tape of your man.
Yeah.
And this is their offense. And this is how they run their offense. Bellarmine got 8 easy looks the entire game.
Yeah.
Now you can argue a better team finishes 4 of them, and Bellarmine's not. Okay, even 6 of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A better team finishes those. But a good look is the same across every team, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a inferior team that's well run, a well run offense can get an inferior team a good look. Now the difference is making it or not making it, right?
Yeah.
But my point is, when you watch a team and you don't worry about being too judgmental, because you say, okay, you did a bad job because they got a good look, right? If you make somebody shoot a fadeaway 3-pointer and it goes in, you clap your hands. You say,
sure,
that's the defense I want. You watch a full game and you watch how fast Bellarmine executes. You say that's on par with any offense you're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
You better subscribe to that YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Brian, are you subscribed? Do you have a subscription to the YouTube channel? Brian, you break it. You tell everybody be careful. You give your brother one more shot before you get out of here. Twelfth slot. J-Town 12. Awesome. You're gonna get us in so much trouble. You're telling voting strategy. I know. Just like I don't care what y'all say. I'm gonna cheat for my brother. No, that. I don't like it. Make them go out in the rain. Make them go out in the storm. I forgot who that was earlier who made the call. These parents need to toughen up.
My son will be at practice.
Allegedly.
Get better.
Allegedly. Bill Escorts and Sons Collision Center. The commute looked pretty good today, so I don't think everybody's going to call today. But they might call tomorrow, because tomorrow will be more traffic guaranteed. A bunch of candy, unrested, angry drivers are going to be out there tomorrow. So if that catches up with you, call Bill Escorts and Sons Collision Center. Globe Auto. They're going to help me get my shoot bar fixed.
Hey.
My shoot bar is ready to be fixed. I'm going to be a happier human being thanks to Globe Auto. They're awesome. Windows Plus. You get to sit out, look through your beautiful windows, and watch these little young punk parents take these trick-or-treaters. Let me stop. Get off my lawn. Windows Plus. Awesome. Jill Blessinger. Becky Bleemel. Keep doing what you do. Call them people. Know that name. Remember that name. Keller Williams. Caliber Home Loans. Know it. Become familiar with it if you're for any housing needs. Who else we got? Penn Station, you're awesome. I'm going to have 2 sandwiches in the sandwich bag. And they're going home with me. This is awesome. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. We are made for the Ville YouTube channel. 10 to 12 is the time on 93.9.